Parked at a railroad crossing, waiting for a train to go by, when I happened to look in the rearview mirror, saw a car full of Jehovah's Witnesses. And you had the two men sitting up front, wearing their meeting clothes, and they had the vacant stares. Very stoic. I like it. I like where this is going. In the back seat, you have the women and children playing cards, strip poker. I'm joking. And they were parked behind me. Apparently some sort of field service arrangements. I'd like to arrange a ham sandwich if possible. After the train passed, I continued towards my destination, which was Wendy's drive-thru. I hate Wendy's drive-thru. The taco salad doesn't even come with blue cheese dressing. And while being processed in the drive-thru, I happened to look at my rearview mirror again, and I see idling in the back of the Wendy's parking lot the same car of Jehovah's Witnesses. So I grab my bag of yummies and continue on my way, and yes, the minivan follows me. These are no ordinary Jehovah's Witnesses out in field service. These are Jehovah cops. A phenomenon of Jehovah's Witnesses others can tell you about. A spy game of sorts. A never-ending spy war that Jehovah's Witnesses embark on to do reconnaissance missions on people they suspect of enjoying the sweet cream of Satan's world. And I can tell you all about it. This is not an idiosyncrasy of some Jehovah's Witnesses or a bad habit that has been picked up over the years. This is a reality of Jehovah's Witness existence. It is protocol. Jehovah's Witnesses spy on other Jehovah's Witnesses, and I can tell you all about it. I remember in the second congregation I was in, shortly after becoming a ministerial servant. It was a Saturday morning, and the elder who had just finished arranging car groups for everyone in the congregation had assigned me to work alone with him this morning. But this is no ordinary work that we were going to be doing. He spoke with me privately after the group dispersed, told me that we had special work to do. Don't worry, you can still count time. There's a sister in our hall named Roseanne, who was married to a worldly man. She said this man was cheating on her with a worldly woman. Oh, I like the sound of that. And Roseanne had given this worldly woman's address to the elder whom I was accompanying. And he and I were going to catch this filthy man in the act of lovemaking. Driving to this woman's address, we formulated a plan. The idea was that the elder was going to drop me off at the entrance to this apartment complex. These were very nice apartments, townhouse style, 4 to a building, big yards, you've probably seen them, flowers, nice big yards. And he let me out of the car. I started walking through people's backyards. Mind you, this is a Saturday morning, not a cloud in the sky. It is bright and sunny. I'm wearing a trench coat and a tie walking through people's... yeah! And the idea was that I was going to stand at a distance, a couple of yards away, and hide behind a tree or something. There's no trees back there. I was just standing out in the open. And the plan was that Selder was going to drive around to the other street where the woman's apartment was, facing the opposite direction, and he was going to ring the doorbell, and I was going to keep an eye on the sliding glass door in the back and see if I saw any naked people running through there. Airtight plan. Works every time. And I stood out there just standing in these people's yards for about 10 minutes. I'd like to remind you, we're 2 Jehovah's Witnesses on a spy mission against two worldly people that we don't know. All right. Just wanted to set the scenes here. This isn't going to end well. Stand out there for a little while. Get a text message from the elder. Beep, my phone. And text message say, someone's taking a shower. Can't tell if it's a man! Exclamation point. Window foggy! Exclamation point. A little while after that, I got a second text. It says, can you find me something to stand on? Oh no! Friends and neighbors! At this juncture, this was too much even for me. And I was becoming very self-aware. Looking around, I'm starting to wonder, are people looking out their windows at me? I walk the opposite direction through some more yards, then start walking through the parking lot. About 10 minutes later, the elder picks me up in his car. I told him that a dog had chased me or something. He said, drat! We almost had them. But who knows? We almost caught them in the filthy act of making love. This is not an isolated incident. This is a frequent occurrence for Jehovah's Witnesses. I remember another experience from an assembly. A sister had went to the elders and told them that her husband was having an affair. And the elders told her, we would act on that information if only we had evidence. She said, what kind of evidence? Said, you have to have 2 witnesses. Catch them in the act. And she said, how will I get 2 witnesses? They said, what you do is you get another sister from the hall. And you get in a car together. Take a thermos. Make a day of it. And go on a spy mission. And I guess that's what she did. And I guess it worked because the experience was recounted at assemblies. The 2 sisters weaving in and out of traffic. Cars zipping by, chasing after the woman's husband and his salty, spicy lover. I'd like to time out at this moment and remind you that Jehovah's Witnesses are not licensed private investigators. I know, the elders think that they are Magnum PI, but they do not have a license to be following around after people in their cars. And they do not have a police warrant to be looking through people's windows at night. Around here, that is a crime known as stalking. And those type of people are called prowlers, and they get arrested. Oh, you don't think so? Call the police. Tell them you are a single woman, and outside there is 2 men parked there in a car watching you with binoculars. And see what the police say to that. See if they agree with JWs that the elders are above the law. The filthy act of lovemaking. Friends, I have been stalked by JWs before, even though I am not a beautiful woman that elders would perv on. I'm not a single woman the elders masturbate to. I am just a man that they would like to have disfellowshipped. And the elders at my hall did not stop attempting to incriminate me. And they posted a watcher outside my house. A young dickwipe named Hanson. Ah! Yes, he looked like he was in Hanson the Band. No, he didn't. No, I'm kidding. He wanted to be a ministerial servant, this young fellow. And I guess part of earning his stripe was sitting in his car outside my house, waiting and watching to catch me doing something. I don't know. He was the only young person at the hall that was my age. We didn't have a lot of young people, but I never liked him. I never wanted to be around him. He gave me the willies. He wore super tight meeting slacks. And at the front, it looked like he had a bag of pennies. They're sick. It's sick. Anyway, one evening, knock, knock, knock on the door. And I open it up, and it's Hanson standing there, dressed for the meeting in his suit. And he had a smug look on his face. He was standing there looking very pleased with himself. I said, uh-oh, here we go. Here we go, Luigi! I said, "What's up, Hanson?" He said, "What's up is you're going down." He told me that he had been given an assignment to collect information on me. I said, "Yeah, I know. You think I'm blind? I can't see you out there?" Anyway, he had a stack of papers with him. Yeah! I guess Hanson, who fancies himself a computer whiz, had found a way into my Yahoo account. Uh-oh. And printed out some choice emails and instant messages. Yeah! Yeah! I like where this is going! No, I don't know specifically what was in them, but something naughty, I'm sure. I have a potty mouth. Apparently it was enough for me to get disfellowship once and for all. And he was excited about it. He was going to present Exhibit A to the elders tonight at the meeting. But he did me the courtesy of stopping by my house first. And he was very pleased with himself. And he said, "I wanted you to know that it was me who took you down." And I looked at him for a minute. Then I picked up my cell phone and told him to stay right there. I was calling the police. "For what?" he said. "You just admitted to hacking into my email. I want you to show that stack of papers you have to the cops, because you just committed a federal crime and you're going to jail." Hanson said, "We have our own laws." I said, "Yeah, sure." And I pretended dialing. I wasn't really dialing. And he said, "We have our own laws in the congregation." And I said, "We'll see." And I pretended the phone was ringing. And Hanson continued standing perfectly still with his arrogant little smirk on his face. When all at once, he grabs the doorknob and swings it open and runs to his car, his little piece of shit Geo. He drives away. Yeah! And I continued standing there pretending to talk to someone on the phone. "Hello, this is the police station. Operator speaking." "I'm sorry to have bothered you. It's nothing." "Are you all right, sir?" "Yeah, it was a false alarm. Just some people sent a boy to do a man's job." Witnesses out in field service. These are Jehovah cops. A phenomenon of Jehovah's Witnesses others can tell you about. A spy game of sorts. A never-ending spy war that Jehovah's Witnesses embark on to saw a car full of Jehovah's Witnesses. And you had the two men sitting up front, wearing their meeting clothes, and they had the vacant stares. Very stoic. I like it. I like where this is going. In the back seat, you have the women and children playing cards, strip poker. I'm joking. And they were parked behind me. Apparently some sort of field service arrangements. "I'd like to arrange a ham sandwich if possible." After the train passed, I continued towards my destination, which was Wendy's drive-thru. I hate Wendy's drive-thru. The taco salad doesn't even come with blue cheese dressing. Parked at a railroad crossing, waiting for a train to go by, when I happened to look in the rearview mirror. And while being processed in the drive-thru, I happen to look in my rearview mirror again, and I see idling in the back of the Wendy's parking lot the same car of Jehovah's Witnesses. So I grab my bag of yummies and continue on my way, and yes, the minivan follows me. These are no ordinary Jehovah's